For my channel, I've already written impressions on two games from Zachary Barth, Infinifactory and TIS-100. The game of his I've spent the most time on, however, is Spacechem. It's a game I suggest to any one of my friends who has a passing interest in puzzle games, as I look back on my time with Spacechem fondly. Mainly because I discovered Spacechem in April 2015, right after I got myself a new gaming laptop. I then spent weeks using this new machine to play a game that looks like it could have been made in Flash. This is not a knock on the game at all, just an explanation to show how addictive and compelling a game can be with almost no graphical prowess. Now, all Zachtronics games are essentially about the same thing, teaching the player how to program and then using that skill set to solve problems. I feel Spacechem is a nice middle ground between the other two games I have played. TIS-100 is not abstract enough, as you are actually typing commands into a computer, while Infinifactory is too abstract, creating machines in 3D space for some nefarious alien purpose. Spacechem has you programming Waldos to execute commands to bind, separate, and move atoms of chemical molecules. You still have a machine-run programming commands, but the red and blue layers and assembly line creation make the whole thing feel like you're creating your old chemical Rube Goldberg device. Of course, the same design quirks of his other games are on full display here. I think Spacechem is better at teaching the player concepts than the other titles mentioned, but there is still that element of each new challenge requiring a logical step the player has not encountered yet, and it might take some time to work out exactly what they need to do. The multi-part stages can be a headache as well, that you have all these reactors set up and one break in the chain can have you staring at your screen in horror, as you realize that you might need to start the whole thing over from scratch. One of the final challenges during this play session had that happen. I rolled up my metaphorical sleeves and fixed the issue, having the game teach me a valuable lesson in the process. But instead of elation when everything worked, I just felt relieved, followed by a little anxiety at what the next challenge held. And that is why I stopped playing last year and why I won't be completing Spacechem for a critique now. I just don't feel smart enough. If the earlier stages can stump me to that degree, it's not that I don't think I can eventually work my way through, but the amount of time and effort required to get there is not an enjoyable prospect. Regardless, I think those whose brains are more geared towards this level of thinking will absolutely love Spacechem, and I at least recommend that everyone give it a try to see if that description applies to you.